The iconic country star Dolly Parton has faced a heartbreaking challenge. Her husband of over 50 years, Carl Dean, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, forcing Dolly to put her career on hold as she navigates this emotional journey. This devastating diagnosis has brought immense difficulty into their lives, and Dolly is now focused on caring for Carl during this incredibly tough time. But will Dolly be able to see this through to the end? Join us as we take a closer look at how Dolly Parton is handling this personal battle and the strength she's showing through it all. Carl Dean's Alzheimer's diagnosis. In recent years, Dolly Parton and her husband Carl Thomas Dean have faced a difficult chapter in their lives. At 81 years old, Carl was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, which has had a profound impact on their nearly 60-year marriage and Dolly's career decisions. Carl, who has always cherished a private life away from the spotlight, now faces a battle that has brought his and Dolly's private struggles into public focus. The diagnosis, which occurred over 3 years ago, has led to a rapid progression of the disease, and reports suggest that Carl no longer recognizes Dolly. A heart-wrenching reality for her to face. Dolly's response to Carl's diagnosis reflects her deep love and unwavering commitment to her husband. Known for her boundless energy and dedication to her work, Dolly made the difficult decision to step back from her career, choosing instead to focus on caring for Carl. This decision was not just a career pause, it was a testament to the vows they made to each other when they first married. Vows to support one another through all of life's challenges, including those brought by fame, fortune, and health crises. The choice to prioritize Carl's health over her professional obligations speaks volumes about Dolly's values and character. Her actions during this challenging time highlight her belief in the sanctity of marriage and the importance of family. These principles have long been at the core of Dolly's public image, but now they are also guiding her through this intensely personal ordeal. Alzheimer's is a devastating disease that affects both the individual and their loved ones. Dolly has been candid about the difficulties they face, often emphasizing the importance of patience, understanding, and unwavering support for those going through such an illness. Despite the gravity of Carl's condition, Dolly has managed to remain hopeful and positive, qualities that have long endeared her to millions of fans worldwide. Living with Alzheimer's has required Dolly and Carl to adjust their daily routines significantly. Simple tasks have become more complex, and their day-to-day life has taken on a new rhythm that accommodates Carl's needs. Dolly has stepped into the role of a caregiver, providing Carl with comfort and familiarity. The emotional burden of seeing a loved one slip away, bit by bit, is immense. But Dolly has approached it with resilience and grace. Despite the challenges, Dolly often speaks of the small moments of joy they still share. She finds solace in music, sometimes singing to Carl, even if he doesn't fully understand. These moments, although fleeting, bring a sense of connection that she treasures. Music, which has always been a central part of their lives, remains a way for Dolly to bridge the gap that Alzheimer's has created. The public response to Carl's diagnosis has been overwhelmingly supportive. Fans and well-wishers have poured out their admiration for Dolly's devotion, resilience, and strength. The outpouring of love and prayers from around the world has been a source of comfort for Dolly, serving as a reminder of the deep connection she has with her audience. Dolly has expressed her gratitude for the support she has received, acknowledging the positive impact it has had during this difficult time. This support has been a testament to the influence Dolly and Carl have had, not just as a public figure and her spouse, but as a couple who have faced life's ups and downs together. Dolly's decision to step back from her career to care for Carl is a reflection of her deep-rooted values. It is a reminder that despite her fame and success, she remains grounded in what truly matters: love, family, and the promise to be there for one another through thick and thin. As Carl faces the struggles brought on by Alzheimer's, Dolly's dedication serves as an inspiring example of loyalty and devotion, reinforcing the belief that true love endures, even in the most challenging times. The first meeting, a chance encounter at the laundromat. In 1964, Dolly Parton, an 18-year-old aspiring singer who had just arrived in Nashville from East Tennessee, found herself outside a local laundromat called the Wishy Washy. It was here that she first met Carl Thomas Dean, a 21-year-old who owned an asphalt paving business. Unlike many others who were captivated by Dolly's looks, Carl was immediately drawn to who she was beneath the surface. This connection would soon blossom into a lifelong bond. Their first conversation outside that laundromat was more than just idle chatter. It marked the beginning of a deep, mutual understanding. Dolly was struck by Carl's genuine respect for her, noting that he looked at her face and listened to her words, something she found refreshingly sincere. Carl, on the other hand, described that moment as an epiphany. He saw in Dolly not only a beautiful young woman, but also a soul he instantly felt compelled to commit to. Wasting no time, Carl asked Dolly out, opting for a simple date at McDonald's, a choice that reflected the couple's appreciation for genuine, unpretentious moments. As their relationship grew, Carl became an unwavering supporter of Dolly's budding career. Despite his preference for staying out of the public eye, he was always there for her, attending performances and helping her navigate the complexities of fame. Carl's consistent support provided Dolly with the reassurance she needed to pursue her dreams, knowing that he would always be by her side. This balance of independence and support was a defining feature of their relationship, laying the foundation for their future together. On May 30th, 1966, Dolly and Carl solidified their commitment to one another by marrying in a small private ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia. The ceremony was attended only by Dolly's mother, the pastor, and the pastor's wife. The decision to keep their wedding low-key was driven by their shared desire for privacy and a wish to keep their personal lives separate from the growing media interest in Dolly's career. This intimate ceremony reflected the essence of their relationship, grounded in love, mutual respect, and a desire to keep their connection away from the public eye. In the early years of their marriage, Dolly's rising fame presented challenges, especially given Carl's preference for a quiet private life. Despite these differences, they managed to navigate these challenges with grace and understanding. Carl's consistent choice to avoid the limelight allowed Dolly to shine as an artist, a freedom she valued deeply. Carl Dean, the man behind the icon. Carl Dean, unlike Dolly, has always preferred to stay out of the spotlight. While Dolly became one of the most recognizable faces in the world, Carl chose to lead a quiet life away from the public eye. He has rarely appeared at public events or given interviews, choosing instead to focus on his own work and maintain a low profile. This decision wasn't out of a lack of support for Dolly. On the contrary, it was his way of giving her the space she needed to succeed. Carl's absence from the public sphere allowed Dolly to fully embrace her career without worrying about how fame might affect their relationship. Dolly has often joked that the secret to their long-lasting marriage is that Carl has always stayed out of her business, and she stayed out of his. This balance of independence has been a crucial aspect of their relationship. Carl has always been Dolly's biggest cheerleader, encouraging her to follow her dreams while quietly supporting her from the background. Their relationship defies the typical Hollywood narrative. There are no scandals, no public fallouts, just two people who have supported each other through everything life has thrown their way. Carl's influence on Dolly's career, though subtle, has been significant. He was the one who encouraged her to be true to herself, to embrace her unique style, and to never compromise her vision. He understood the demands of her career and never tried to hold her back. Instead, he provided her with a stable home life, a sanctuary away from the chaos of fame. This stability gave Dolly the freedom to push boundaries, take risks, and build the iconic career that she has today. Dolly's devotion to Dolly Parton's incredible career has often been shaped by the intense public scrutiny of her personal life, a common challenge for high-profile figures. The media spotlight frequently blurred the lines between her professional collaborations and her personal relationships, leading to rumors and speculation about potential romantic entanglements, particularly with her music partners. One of the most talked about of these relationships was with Kenny Rogers. Dolly and Kenny shared a natural onstage chemistry and a close friendship that fueled rumors about a deeper relationship. Despite these speculations, both artists consistently maintained that their connection was built on mutual respect and admiration. Another significant relationship that was often misunderstood was with Porter Wagoner, Dolly's longtime collaborator. Their partnership was marked by creative differences and professional tension, culminating in a legal dispute. Despite these challenges, Dolly has always been clear that her feelings for Porter were based on professional respect and platonic affection, not romantic love. A life without children, personal choices, and circumstances. Dolly Parton, the beloved icon of country music and philanthropy, has always been open with her fans about her personal life. One topic that has often intrigued people is why she and her husband, Carl Dean, chose not to have children. Their journey, though filled with love and mutual support, took a less traditional path, shaped by both personal choices and medical circumstances. In the early days of their marriage, Dolly and Carl imagined a future that included children. They playfully considered names and wondered if their children would inherit Carl's height or Dolly's petite frame. However, as the years went by, the idea of starting a family became increasingly complicated. Dolly's career was taking off, and her touring schedule was grueling. She often expressed concerns about the challenges of balancing a demanding career with the responsibilities of motherhood. She feared she wouldn't be able to fully commit to both. In the 1980s, fate intervened when Dolly was diagnosed with endometriosis, a painful condition that eventually led to her undergoing a partial hysterectomy. This surgery ended her ability to conceive, and the experience was both physically and emotionally devastating. Dolly has spoken openly about the deep depression she faced after the surgery, a time when she struggled with her identity and her future. It was during these dark days that her resilience and ability to find humor in difficult situations helped her recover. The support of friends and her own inner strength pulled her out of this difficult period, allowing her to redefine what family meant to her. For Dolly, the concept of family extends beyond traditional definitions. She has often said that she considers her younger relatives and godchildren as her own. Dolly and Carl played significant roles in raising several of her younger siblings, who affectionately called them Uncle Peepaw and Aunt Granny. The latter even inspired the name of a restaurant at her Dollywood theme park. Dolly is also the godmother of pop star Miley Cyrus, whom she has known since Miley was born. These relationships embody Dolly's nurturing spirit, and she has embraced them with the same love and dedication she would have given to her own children. The decision to keep their relationship private. One of the defining features of Dolly and Carl's marriage has been their decision to keep their relationship private. In an era where celebrity relationships are often played out in the public eye, Dolly and Carl have chosen a different path. They have managed to maintain a sense of normalcy in their lives by keeping their personal moments away from the cameras. This decision has helped protect their relationship from the pressures of fame and allowed them to build a life that is entirely their own. Dolly has always respected Carl's wish to stay out of the public eye, and she has never pushed him to attend events or participate in her career. In fact, Carl has only seen Dolly perform a handful of times, preferring instead to enjoy her music from the comfort of their home. Dolly has often said that Carl loves her for who she is, not for her fame or her accomplishments. This genuine love and respect have been the foundation of their relationship for nearly 6 decades. Dolly Parton's beginnings, a humble start. Born on January 19, 1946, Dolly Rebecca Parton was the 4th of 12 children entering the world in a one-room cabin by the Little Pigeon River in Pittman Center, Tennessee. Her parents, Avie Lee Carolyn and Robert Lee Parton Sr., worked tirelessly to provide for their growing family in the face of rural poverty. Dolly's father, Lee, was a sharecropper before eventually tending his own small plot of land, mainly growing tobacco. Though Lee was illiterate, he had a keen business sense that Dolly deeply admired and later emulated in her own career. Meanwhile, her mother, Avie Lee, was the emotional and cultural bedrock of the family. Despite having poor health due to numerous pregnancies over the years, Avie Lee filled their home with stories and songs, passing down the rich oral traditions of her Welsh ancestry. These early influences were pivotal in shaping Dolly's love for storytelling and music. The family eventually moved to a farm on Locust Ridge, where Dolly spent most of her formative years. This setting, with its rolling hills and the vibrant culture of southern Appalachia, would later inspire much of her music, including classics like My Tennessee Mountain Home. The beauty of the mountains and the hardships of rural life were inextricably linked to Dolly's sense of identity and creativity. In a symbolic gesture, Dolly purchased the Locust Ridge property in the late 1980s, long after her family had sold it, highlighting her deep connection to her roots. Life in the Smoky Mountains was far from easy. Dolly's family faced persistent financial struggles. Her father famously paid the doctor who delivered her with a sack of cornmeal, a vivid example of the economic hardships they endured. Despite these challenges, or perhaps because of them, Dolly developed an unbreakable spirit and a fierce determination to rise above her circumstances. These experiences of poverty and perseverance were later immortalized in her songs, such as Coat of Many Colors, which tells the story of her mother sewing her a patchwork coat out of fabric scraps, turning hardship into a cherished memory. Music was a huge part of Dolly's early life. Her first public performances were at the Church of God, where her maternal grandfather, Reverend Jake Owens, was a pastor. Dolly was just 6 years old when she began singing in church, showcasing her natural talent to the small congregation. By age 7, she had started writing her own songs, drawing inspiration from her surroundings and the stories that filled her young life. Dolly's first instrument was a homemade guitar, but at age 8, her uncle recognized her budding talent and gifted her a proper guitar, allowing her to further develop her skills. Dolly's passion for music quickly outgrew her small community. By the age of 10, she was performing on local radio and television programs in East Tennessee, including the CA's Walker Farm and Home Hour on WIVK Radio and WBIR TV in Knoxville. These early performances helped Dolly gain recognition and confidence, and by age 13, she had recorded her first single, Puppy Love, on Louisiana's Gold Band Records. Though modest in its success, this recording marked the beginning of Dolly's professional career. At just 13 years old, Dolly achieved a milestone that many aspiring country artists could only dream of, performing at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. This iconic venue was a symbol of success in country music, and it was here that Dolly met Johnny Cash. Cash, recognizing her talent and potential, offered Dolly some invaluable advice to follow her instincts and stay true to herself. His encouragement had a profound effect on young Dolly, giving her the confidence as she faced the complexities of a thriving career in the music industry. The early signs of stardom. Dolly's early exposure to the music industry was not without its challenges. Recording Puppy Love at 13 was an exciting step, but the realities of the music business were daunting. However, Dolly was undeterred. She continued to perform wherever she could, from local events to radio shows, building a reputation as a talented young singer with a unique voice. Her ability to connect with audiences through her heartfelt lyrics and charming personality set her apart from others. One of the hallmarks of Dolly's early songwriting was her ability to capture the essence of her experiences in a way that resonated with others. Songs like The Coat of Many Colors were not just about her life. They told a universal story of love, resilience, and pride in the face of hardship. Dolly's songwriting talent was evident from a young age, and it was this ability to tell a story that would later become one of her greatest strengths as an artist. By the time Dolly graduated high school, she was ready to leave her small-town life behind and make her way to Nashville. On the day after her high school graduation in 1964, Dolly packed her bags and moved to Music City, determined to make her dreams come true. It was a bold move for an 18-year-old, but Dolly had always been fearless when it came to pursuing her goals. Nashville, with its bustling music scene, was the place where she knew she could make her mark. Dolly's big break came when she partnered with her uncle, Bill Owens, to write songs, which led to a publishing deal and the attention of major record labels. This partnership was instrumental in getting her first recording contract, setting her on the path to stardom. Her initial success as a songwriter helped pave the way for her singing career, and by the late 1960s, Dolly Parton was beginning to make a name for herself in country music. Her unique blend of heartfelt storytelling, powerful vocals, and charismatic stage presence quickly earned her a following. She signed with Monument Records, and her early singles began gaining traction. By 1967, she had joined Porter Wagoner on his television show, a move that would further catapult her to fame. But even as her career took off, Dolly never forgot the mountains that shaped her, the family that supported her, or the humble beginnings that kept her grounded. Dolly Parton's rise, from small-town dreams to Nashville stardom. Dolly Parton's journey to fame is a remarkable testament to resilience and determination. Born into poverty, Dolly knew she was destined for more. Following her graduation from Sevier County High School in 1964, she wasted no time chasing her dreams. The very next day, she packed up her belongings and headed to Nashville, the heart of the country music scene. Her arrival marked the beginning of a career that would transform her into one of the most iconic figures in music history. When Dolly first reached Nashville, the realities of the music industry quickly set in. She was met with countless auditions and rejections, a familiar story for many aspiring artists. But Dolly's spirit was unbreakable. These early challenges only strengthened her resolve, teaching her the resilience needed to succeed. It wasn't long before her talent for songwriting began to shine. Dolly's first big break came not as a singer, but as a songwriter. She signed a contract with Combine Publishing and teamed up with her uncle Bill Owens. Together, they created songs that began to attract the attention of notable artists in the country music world. Their collaborations produced several hits, including 2 top 10 singles for Bill Phillips, Put It Off Until Tomorrow in 1966 and The Company You Keep. Additionally, Fuel to the Flame, recorded by Skeeter Davis in 1967, peaked at number 11. Dolly's work as a songwriter caught the attention of country legends like Kitty Wells and Hank Williams Jr., who also recorded her songs. Despite her early success as a songwriter, Dolly's true ambition was to become a star in her own right, performing her own music. In 1965, at the age of 19, she signed with Monument Records. However, the label initially tried to market her as a pop artist, a move that did not align with her natural style or artistic vision. Her first few pop singles, including Happy, Happy Birthday Baby, made little impact on the charts. This period was frustrating for Dolly, who knew her true calling was in country music. Dolly's persistence eventually paid off. The success of her song, Put It Off Until Tomorrow, which climbed to number 6 on the country charts in 1966 with Bill Phillips on lead vocals and Dolly providing uncredited harmony, convinced Monument Records to let her record country music. This was a turning point in her career, and by 1967, she released her first country single, Dumb Blonde. Though the song was not written by her, it showcased her distinct voice and personality, reaching number 24 on the country charts. Shortly after, Something Fishy climbed to number 17. These singles were included on her debut album, Hello, I'm Dolly, which was released later in 1967. This album marked her official entry into the country music world and solidified her position as a rising star. Dolly's natural talent for storytelling through her lyrics set her apart, and her ability to channel her personal experiences into her music resonated with audiences. Dolly's big break came in 1967 when she was invited by Porter Wagoner, a well-known country music entertainer, to join his popular television show. Replacing Norma Jean, a beloved performer, was a challenging task, and initially the audience resisted the change, often expressing their preference for Norma Jean. However, with Wagoner's unwavering support and Dolly's undeniable talent, she gradually won over the viewers. Her partnership with Wagoner catapulted her into the national spotlight, and her career trajectory shifted dramatically. Porter Wagoner's influence on Dolly extended beyond their onstage performances. He played a key role in getting her signed with RCA Victor, his record label. Their first single together, a cover of Tom Paxton's "The Last Thing on My Mind," released in late 1967, quickly climbed the charts, reaching the top 10 of the country charts by early 1968. This marked the beginning of a successful partnership that produced numerous top 10 hits over the next 6 years. Wagner's commitment to Dolly's career went beyond performing. By 1969, he was also her co-producer and owned nearly half of Opar, the publishing company Dolly had founded with her uncle Bill Owens. Despite their success as a duo, Dolly was determined to establish herself as a solo artist. The struggle for solo success and away. While Dolly and Porter Wagoner found great success as a duet, Dolly's early attempts at a solo career struggled to gain momentum. Her first solo single with RCA Victor, "Just Because I'm a Woman," released in 1968, only reached number 17 on the charts. Over the next few years, her solo releases continued to be overshadowed by the popularity of her duets with Wagner. This trend continued until 1970, when Porter Wagoner encouraged her to record "Mule Skinner Blues." The song became a hit, reaching number 3 on the charts and marking a turning point in her solo career. In February 1971, Dolly earned her first number 1 single with Joshua. This success opened the door for more solo hits, including the beloved "Coat of Many Colors," which reached number 4 in 1971. Despite her growing success, Dolly continued to record duets with Wagner, producing hits like "The Right Combination" and "Burning the Midnight Oil" in 1971. Though her collaborations with Porter Wagoner were successful, Dolly always aspired to be recognized independently. Her defining moment came with the release of Jolene in late 1973. The song became a massive hit, topping the country charts by February 1974, and eventually gaining international acclaim, reaching number 7 in the UK in 1976. The haunting melody and emotional lyrics of Jolene captured the hearts of listeners worldwide, solidifying Dolly's place as a major solo artist. During this period, Dolly made the difficult decision to part ways with Porter Wagoner's organization to focus on her solo career. Their last concert together took place in April 1974, although Dolly continued to appear on his TV show until mid-1974 and collaborated on several albums until 1975. This professional separation was captured poignantly in her song "I Will Always Love You," released in 1974. The song became a number 1 hit and remains one of her most iconic works. In 1974, Elvis Presley expressed interest in recording "I Will Always Love You." However, his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, demanded half of the publishing rights to the song, a common practice for Elvis's recordings. Dolly, recognizing the value of her work, made the bold decision to refuse. This choice, though difficult at the time, proved to be one of the most financially rewarding decisions of her career. The song went on to generate significant royalties over the years and was famously covered by Whitney Houston in 1992, introducing it to an entirely new audience. The late 1970s and early 1980s saw Dolly Parton at the peak of her career. She continued to release hit after hit, expanding her reach beyond country music and into the pop and mainstream music charts. Songs like "Here You Come Again" and 9 to 5 Inches showcased her versatility as an artist and her ability to appeal to a broad audience. Her crossover appeal brought her even more fame, and she became a household name not just for her music, but also for her acting, with notable roles in films like 9 to 5 and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Dolly Parton's image, a distinctive brand. Dolly Parton's rise to fame was greatly influenced by her unique style and image. Early in her career, she recognized the importance of cultivating an image that was closely aligned with her music. Her bold fashion choices, characterized by vibrant colors, sequins, and lots of sparkle, became her signature look, making her instantly recognizable. This flamboyant style was more than just a visual statement. It became an integral part of her public persona, complementing her music and creating a cohesive artistic identity. Beyond her striking appearance, Dolly crafted a persona that was both larger than life and deeply relatable. Her warm Southern charm, quick wit, and self-deprecating humor allowed her to connect with audiences on a personal level. Her songs often revolved around themes of love, hardship, and adventure, universal experiences that resonated with listeners across generations. Dolly's ability to embody both the glam of a star and the authenticity of a down-to-earth storyteller endeared her to fans from all walks of life, bridging gaps between genres and demographics. Dolly Parton's philanthropy, a legacy of giving. Dolly Parton's influence goes far beyond her status as a music icon. Her philanthropic endeavors have made a lasting impact on countless lives. Since the mid-1980s, Dolly has been dedicated to various charitable causes, particularly in the areas of education, disaster relief, and healthcare. Perhaps her most notable contribution is her work in promoting literacy through the Dollywood Foundation, which was inspired by her father's inability to read and write. This personal motivation led to the creation of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, the Foundation's flagship program. The Imagination Library began as a local initiative in Sevier County, Tennessee, but has since expanded globally. The program sends a free book each month to children from birth until they enter kindergarten, fostering a love of reading from an early age. Today, the Imagination Library serves nearly 850,000 children every month across the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Ireland. In February 2018, Dolly donated the 100 millionth book, a copy of her own Code of Many Colors, to the Library of Congress. This milestone was not just a celebration of the program's success, but also a testament to Dolly's commitment to improving child literacy worldwide. Dolly's philanthropic work also extends to higher education and public health. She was awarded an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, in recognition of her contributions beyond the music industry. In 2006, Dolly made a significant contribution to healthcare in her home community by supporting the construction of a $90 million hospital and cancer center named after Dr. Robert F. Thomas, the physician who delivered her. Her fundraising efforts for the center included hosting a benefit concert, demonstrating her hands-on approach to supporting her community. Dolly has also been a key figure in disaster relief efforts. After the devastating wildfires in the Great Smoky Mountains in 2016, she organized a telethon that raised nearly $9 million for the victims. Through her My People Fund, Dolly provided $1,000 per month for 6 months to families affected by the fires, ultimately giving each family $10,000 thanks to increased donations. Additionally, her $1 million contribution to Vanderbilt University Medical Center played a crucial role in the early development of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, showcasing her dedication to public health and scientific advancement. Dolly has also used her platform to support social causes, including LGBTQ+ rights. She has consistently advocated for equality, publicly supporting same-sex marriage and using her visibility to enhance awareness of LGBTQ+ issues. Her commitment to promoting inclusivity has made her an important ally to the community. Dolly Parton's awards and recognition. Dolly Parton is one of the most awarded female performers in music history, known for her immense talent and numerous accolades. She holds 25 gold, platinum, and multi-platinum certifications and has achieved 26 #1 hits on the Billboard country charts, the most by any female artist. Over her career, she has charted 110 singles and seen 42 of her albums reach the top 10 on the country charts, selling over 100 million records worldwide. As a prolific songwriter, Dolly has penned over 3,000 songs, many of which have become timeless hits. Dolly's achievements include 11 Grammy Awards from 50 nominations, making her one of the most nominated female artists in Grammy history. She has also received 3 American Music Awards, 10 Country Music Association Awards, and 7 Academy of Country Music Awards. Notably, she was named CMA Entertainer of the Year in 1978. Beyond music, Dolly has earned recognition in film, television, and public service, including 2 Academy Award nominations and an Emmy nomination. Her contributions to American culture have been honored with prestigious accolades like the National Medal of Arts and the Kennedy Center Honors. Her philanthropic efforts, particularly through her Imagination Library, have earned her widespread respect, including a $100 million Courage and Civility Award in 2021 for her charitable work.